getting ready. I'm getting ready to see something I've never seen. Prophesy over your life, say I'm getting ready to see. Oh, something I've never seen. Say I'm getting ready.
And we are here for Girls Talk 101.
Yes, we are talking about life, relationships, friendships. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty.
Yes, talking about it all.
So the first thing we want to start off with is achieving your goals at a young age. So basically, you have to know what you want to do, and then you have to figure out, okay, what steps am I going to take to get there?
Right?
You have to go.
I mean, I agree. And, you know, I feel like so many people, they may have an idea of what they want to do or what they want to pursue, but so many people let other people's opinions get in the way. Like, I know me, for instance, you know, I had family and friends that wanted me to do a certain thing that really wasn't my purpose. So once you do know what you want to do, you first got to be confident enough in knowing what you want to do to not pay attention to people's opinions.
And don't be fearful. Like, if you have a dream, go after it. I think a lot of times people, oh, well, my mom or my dad wants me to do this, but that might not be what you want to do. And it's perfectly fine. Like, you can go on the path that you choose to have, you know, of course, if it's possible.
Right, exactly. And I agree. And, you know, I feel like it's so many people, myself included, where, you know, our family, it may be a generation of things in our family, like, for instance, our grandma might have worked in cooking, and our mom worked in cooking. So now everyone's pushing us to do cooking, and what you may or what God may want you to do may not look like what your family did. You know, it may not look like what your friends did. You know, I know me, for in general, a lot of my friends, they're in college right now. I'm not in college. That's not the path that God wanted me to be on. Not saying anything's wrong with college. I love it. I think you need it for a life in certain areas. But be okay with not fitting in with the norm, with what God has told you to do.
Yeah, definitely. You weren't supposed to.
Right. So, you know, I just wanted to stress that point. We really wanted to just stress that, because before we can talk about life and relationships and friendships, you first have to know who you are and know what it is that God wants you to do. And I mean, I know, me personally, I know that there's so many people who they try to jump into a relationship and they don't even know who they are as an individual.
No, you have to be whole first. Another person is not going to really do anything for you if you're still broken. They say hurt people, and that's so true. If I'm hurt, I'm going to ruin you because I don't know who I am. And that's another part of trying to achieve your goals. You have to know who you are in Christ. You know, who am I? You have to ask yourself that sometimes. I have to ask myself, who am I?
Right.
I don't want to be who people want me to be. I want to be who God called me to be. So don't ruin other people just because you're trying to fill voids with things and people that only God can do.
Exactly.
So that's important. You have to know your worth, because if not, you're going to settle for anything and anybody.
Right. I mean, that is so true. And when you don't know your worth, people will be able to easily change your personality, pretty much. When you don't even know who you are as an individual and you get around certain friends or you get into a certain relationship, they can easily change the person or alter the person that God wants you to be, because you don't even have a standard of who you are in the first place.
Yeah. And that's dangerous. That's a dangerous place to be in. You don't know who you are, because you let people change who you are. You start dressing like people.
Right.
And it may not be a good thing if you try to compare yourself to people on social media. You don't know what those people are facing with what demons they're battling. So you have to know who you are and stand firm with, this is who I am, this is who God called me to be, and I don't care if you don't like it.
So true. And I mean, I like what you said about social media. We live in a world where everything's on social media. Everybody's looking on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and it's like Padishia just said, don't try to, replicate what you see on social media. You never know what people are facing behind closed doors. Don't try to level up to somebody else's, happy moments, because to be honest, not too many people post the moments when they're down. They post the stuff that's exciting.
And that's a thing. Like, you have to be transparent enough to be relatable.
Right.
I'm not gonna be on somebody's social media and they're happy all the time. Like, no, you're not.
Right.
Let us know what's really going on so we can relate to you.
Right.
There's some blogger I follow, and I'm like, girl, like, do you go through anything? Like, we don't want to see the perfect relationship that you portray. We want to see, yeah, we argue sometimes. Yes, I struggle with this, I struggle with that. I'm not saying you got to put oh, you cheated on me. No, we don't.
Right.
Make yourself relatable. I can't relate to somebody that's not transparent.
Exactly. So, you know, and knowing who you are, and when you're in the process of knowing who you are, it's so important that like she said, you don't compare yourself to what you see on social media, because some people aren't being transparent. Some people aren't being real. Some of you are following some people right now that do not even display their real life. You're trying to measure up, oh, my relationship isn't like this, or oh, my college experience isn't like this, oh, my life isn't like this. And their life isn't like that either. It's just something that they're just posting. And when you don't know who you are, you let those things get in your mind. Yeah. They plant seeds. And, you know, you're trying to be something that isn't really something at all. You know,
right.
You're trying to be this person that really isn't even a person, you know? So take time to know who you are. Invest that time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's so important, because before you can have a happy relationship, have a happy friendship, have anything, you must know who you are, and you must stand on a foundation of knowing who you are.
That's why it's so important to know who you are. Now it's time for relationships, and this is where it gets good, because you have relationship standpoint from a single person and a married person.
Yes. So this is gonna be good.
Singleness. So I think a lot of people despise seasons of singleness, and I mean, everybody, oh, I get lonely. That's fine. Like, you can feel those things, but don't settle just because you want somebody. I think singleness is important because it gives you time to find yourself, to find your purpose, to strengthen your relationship with Christ, and then to get around some people, make some new friends, keep yourself busy. You don't have to focus on, oh, when a boyfriend's so bad, someone. So for Johnny over here, Johnny don't even know God.
Right.
So, I mean, what can you say from a married standpoint?
I agree. I mean, I think that, you know, a lot of us think that singleness is a disease.
Yep.
We're like, oh, I don't want to be single. I don't want to be single. And even when I was single, you know, I thought that I needed to jump from relationship to relationship, from relationship to just avoid this singleness thing. And, you know, like she said, singleness is the time where you get to know yourself. Get to know yourself during this time. Don't rush and try to fill voids of, you know, hurt and everything during this singleness time. Get to know yourself. Heal. It's so important. You know, I remember before I met my husband, when I was single, I had just finished I had just finished leaving a relationship, and, you know, that had went down the drain, and I was just in a point where I was like, I'm done with relationships. And I had came to the conclusion from the advice of my spiritual mentor, and they told me, you know, take this time to get to know yourself. And so I did. And in that time, you know, I got to know what MaHogany likes. What does MaHogany like to do? What is MaHogany's purpose? Because I feel like so many of us know about everybody else. We don't even know about our own self.
No.
I mean, can we be real? And so, you know, I think that during that singleness time, you got to take that time to get to know you and what you like. And when I took that time to wait and find out what it is that God wanted me to do, then my husband came. Really, it was just like that. But I believe God wants us to be whole in that singleness process.
And I think we always pray, oh, God, send me a wife or a husband. But your prayer needs to be, prepare me to be a wife or a husband. Because if he comes and I'm not ready, that's going to fail. That's going to fall to the ground. Like, no. And it's important as well to know dating versus courting. Dating is, I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to 5 other girls. Like, I got options. And courting is, look, I'm pursuing you because I'm trying to see if marriage is where this is going to go. And that's okay if that doesn't work. You can court people, but dating, I just feel like it's a game. Like, I'm dating you, but I'm talking to her. Like, no, I'm not coming second to nobody.
Right. For real. And, you know, that's why it's so important to know what dating is and what courting is, and be able to distinguish y'all between the two, because I believe so many of us, we get dating confused with courting. You know, yes, he may take you on a date. Y'all might chill at his house and watch Netflix, which probably don't even end up in finishing. Netflix and chill. And, you know, you may think y'all have something going on, but really, y'all just dating. He's not even courting you. He's not even thinking about marrying you. He's not even thinking about going to the next level with you. So you got to be able to distinguish between dating And courting, because like she said, dating it's the options. You know, it's no commitment in that. Courting is saying, you know, hey, I like you, I want to pursue you, and I'm pursuing just you. I'm not talking about all the side. If he got side chicks, y'all not courting.
Right.
I mean, can we be real? I mean, what's your point on that? And side chicks and all that.
I agree. Side chicks, I just feel like they have no respect for themselves, but relationships. But at the same time, you have to blame the guy. Like, too many times we as females go after the girl, and it's like, girl, like it's him. He's the one you need to be mad at. It's him, both of y'all.
Right.
But and I think too, what do they call it? Cuffing season.
Oh, cuffing
season. Getting cold outside.
Yes.
Don't settle for anybody just because it's cold outside. Like, no, you cannot be in bed with somebody that's not your husband.
Right, honestly. And you know, when she said, you know, being in bed with someone that's not your husband, that just brought me to the point of you know, about courting versus dating and preparing to be a wife. You know, like you said, you got to pray not for God to send you a man, but God prepare me for a wife, because I believe so many people they think they're a wife, or they think they're wifey material because they know how to cook, they know how to clean, they know how to do all this stuff for a man that's not even their husband. That's not wifey material. Wifey material is when you set the standard to say, look, I'm not going to settle for no side chicks.
Right.
I'm not going to settle for us shacking up and living with each other. I'm not going to settle for any of that. I am wifey material. Therefore, I value myself.
Yep.
And if you value me, you will value me enough to properly court me and properly pursue the relationship and marry me.
Right.
You know?
And it's not just about pursuing you, like he's pursuing God during that time. Like, it's mainly about him. We're trying to see if God wants us to get together.
Right.
And it's people think, oh, well, we courted and it didn't work out, I'll never get married. No, that's okay. Like there's somebody out there. Well, okay, I don't believe that there's one person out there for everybody. I believe if God is the center, you can make it work with anybody. So, I mean, just make sure that you're not just so focused on the courtship. Pursue your relationship with God, and if it flows, then that just may be the person that you're supposed to be with. But don't settle for dating or somebody that's kind of going back and forth with you. Somebody doesn't know what they really want, because you have people, they'll talk on and off for months and months. And it's like, look, either you're going to pursue me or you're not, but we're not going to keep going back and forth. Oh, they're like, oh, well, I'm pursuing you, but wait, like, I kind of like this other girl. Okay, well, pursue her.
Right.
Because we're not going to be in the middle of anything. And I see so many younger girls now that just settle in, and then they break up and the guy cheats on them, they fight the girl and they're back with the guy, and I'm like, no, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, no, don't settle.
Right. Seriously. And you know, back to what she said about you know, God making it, if you pursue God, God will make it work and everything like that. The thing is, God can make it work when God is the center.
Yep.
Now, you're in a relationship that God isn't the center, how can God work that out? You know, if y'all don't even apply God to your relationship, or if God isn't even in the relationship, you can't say, God, work this out, but he don't believe in God, or he don't believe in, y'all aren't even equally yoked. You know?
And that's another thing, like so many times I think we try to put our own will together and call it God. You know, we get in a relationship like, oh, I know this is God we can be with, and God is like, I'm begging you to let this person go, and you're talking about, you're trying to plan a wedding, and I don't even want you to be with this person.
Right.
So it's important. You have to make sure. It may hurt to be like, all right, oh, I know God doesn't want to be, but don't try to put your own will together, because it's gonna fall to the ground if God does not want you with this person.
That is so true. I know myself, I've pursued so many relationships, and I've tried to slap God on it, and God, please work this out, and God is like, right, really. But one thing I love about God is God may not give us what we want, but he'll give us what we need.
Yep.
You know, even in my marriage now, my husband is not the person that I would have thought I would have been married to years ago. You know, I thought I would have some guy that was street, that was hood. That's what I like. Not, you know, no offense. That's what I liked. I like guys that were chill. I would have never thought I would have married a guy that had been in ministry.
Yeah. And
I believe, you know, God will give you what you need, because my husband is everything that I need. Not everything that I asked for or even wanted, but he's everything that I need. And so, like you said, holding on to a relationship, let it go, because God will give you what you need, which will ultimately be what you want too. So, you know, you get it.
You say, if it's God, it's peaceful. If it's you, it's forced. Stop trying to force relationships that God has not called you.
Right.
It's peaceful. And, you know, you trying to force it, or it's just
it's always
confusing,
tension, and
let it go.
Right. So true. I agree. And we gotta stop holding on to relationships that aren't of God. And I believe so many of us, or so many people, they know that the relationship is not of God, and they know the relationship isn't good. They've experienced cheating, experienced all type of stuff going on that they know is not of God. God isn't in this. But it's like, how do you let it go? How do you move forward? Especially when you've been with someone for years, and you put your all into this relationship. Y'all had in your mind had a future together. How do you get over it? How do you move on? I mean what's your experience?
Definitely takes prayer. It definitely takes you knowing who you are, what you really want to settle for. Because some relationships don't end bad. It's just like, God's like, this isn't who I have something better for you, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cry about it if you need to, pray about it, but most of all, make sure you forgive in your heart. Because I know for a long time after a relationship ended, I thought this person was my husband, and I was mad at him, and I was mad at God that it ended, and God was like, you can be mad at me, that's fine, but I have something better for you, but you have to forgive.
Right.
Because that's the key to being able to move on. If they hurt you, like, look, you don't even have to tell them. I think too many times we try to prove, like, oh, hey, I'm just texting to let you know I forgive you. Like, it doesn't take all that.
Right.
As long as you know in your heart, look, I forgive this person, I know I deserve better. So knowing your worth plays a huge part of, okay, I know I need to let this relationship go. Get around some friends that are supportive, that can help you. Not people that are, because you have those friends that support you, but you have people that are like, why would you leave him? Like,
Right.
Why would you break up with him? Why would
So
he break up
true.
with you? So, I mean, you know when it's time to let it go. It's going to be hard. It takes time. Again, don't try to jump into another relationship to fill those voids.
Exactly.
You're going to ruin every person you come across if you do that.
Right. I so agree. And like you said about the friends, that those kind of friends are like, hey, forgive him, or oh, do this, In my personal experience, I had friends like that. They were like, girl, he'll change and he'll get better. But the thing is, you deserve more than waiting for somebody to change.
Yeah.
You deserve more than putting your life on hold and waiting for him or her to get their life together. You're worth more than that. God has more for you than just press pause. And in my personal experiences, I was in a relationship that I knew was not of God. I mean, I was going through cycles and cycles, and he would apologize. He would say he was going to do better. Then he would mess with another girl. Cycle. He would apologize. I mean, it just kept repeating over and over again, and I didn't know how to let it go. I didn't know how to get rid of it. And one thing I did to help me is I just cut all ties.
Oh yeah,
Cut
block
all-
them.
Stop
Stalking
blocking
their social medias. Like,
Really?
so what? He has a new girlfriend. That's fine. Like, I think we block them, then we unblock them. And
Yes.
then the thing is, y'all change y'all's number and then text them again. Like,
Can we be real? I mean,
what
for
is
real.
that? Like, literally, if you know that this person is who you're not supposed to be, you're really trying to let it go, block them from everything. Stop trying to keep talking to their family. Like,
That is
you gotta let
so key.
all of it go, because if not, you're gonna keep trying to hold on to hope and all these different people, and you're just gonna go right back down the same cycle.
And it's just going to open that wound. You'll never heal if you keep on stalking their page.
Delete the pictures. That
Yes.
was something so hard for me. I was just like, no. But when you
I
finally delete
understand.
them pictures, you're like, all right, now I can block you. I can do everything. 'Cause when you delete the pictures, that's real. You delete that text thread. That's
Yes.
when you know.
That's what it's
delete the text thread. Delete the pictures. Block them on social media if you need to. I mean, don't try to keep reaching back out. 'Cause
There's no point. You got to just cut all the ties. That's what I did. I cut all ties, and then like she said, I stopped communicating with family members, because sometimes we're like, I'm gonna cut the ties, but I'm gonna hang out with their best friend.
Yeah.
That's opening the wound, because it's like they're at the end of the day, they might talk to you about that person, or going in some of the same atmospheres that you were with in that person. With that person, it's kind of hard in the beginning when you're trying to let it go. So maybe try going a different place for lunch or for dinner instead of going to that place that brings back those memories. Even sometimes I listen to different music. I don't know about you. Changing things. So that you're able to properly let them go. Because until you let go of that relationship, or until you let that go, it's going to be hard for you to pursue what God has for you. I mean, whether you have a business, whether you want to do mentorship, I don't know, whatever you want to do, when you're holding on to extra baggage in that relationship, if you don't forgive and you're carrying around that baggage, because to be honest, you can let go of the relationship, but you're carrying unforgiveness.
Yep.
I mean, and so it's like, until you let that go, God can't do all that He wants to do for you. He wants to do things that are going to blow your mind, open up opportunities for you, but he can't do that when you're still carrying around what you know you should have let go of. I mean, what do you have to say about that?
I agree. Forgiveness is such, like, that's key. So I told you after that relationship ended, I was just like bitter, and then, you know, God sent someone in my path who was just like, God said, okay, this is who you need. But since I was so hurt and so messed up from the last relationship, I took everything out from that relationship and brought it to this new one. And this person didn't deserve anything that I was putting in front of. I would run, I was like, I can't do this. I can't do it. And he took the beating for something that he should have never been beat for. So let it go. Do not take your past into new relationships. If someone is sincerely pursuing you in a godly way, be open to it. You know, that relationship didn't work for a reason, and that's okay. Leave it there and move on with your life.
And I mean, you might have been the best person to them. You know, we all make mistakes, but you could have been, you know, great to them. You could have been great for them. But in it had to end because God didn't want it to work out or whatever the case was. Don't beat yourself up.
Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up and think you're never gonna find anybody else. Oh, I hate relationships. I hate marriage. Don't get to the point where you do that, because you know God will send somebody your path, and like you said, don't allow anybody to take the beating for something that they didn't even do. You know, you gotta have friends that support you through the different things that you go through. I mean, what's your take on just that?
I think it's genuinely supporting you, because you know how people can say they support you, but they're really just like waiting to see your downfall. So you have to know, and that comes along with knowing people's intentions in your circle. Spirits are a real thing. You have people with witchcraft spirits, like manipulative spirits. People will literally like latch onto you and suck the life out of you. And don't get me wrong, you know, God instructs us to love everybody, to help everybody, but when people are draining you, that's when you have to know, like, listen, I have to back off. Because yeah, you might be supporting me, but are you supporting me for the right reasons? What are you trying to gain from it? Like, I have certain people, like, I don't even think I have a huge following on, you know, Instagram, but I have certain people that connect with me just because they want my followers, and I'm like, what? Like, build your own. Like, it's crazy. You would be surprised
why people are connected
to you. And that's so important. Like, you have to use your discernment. You do at all times. People will come to you with just crazy. So you'll know who's really for you or not. If you ask me for advice and I tell you something and I see that you're applying it, I'm like, okay, she's sincere. But if I keep telling you the same thing over and over and over, I'm like, all right, why do you keep coming to me?
Right. So true. So true. I've had similar experiences, you know, with that. And like you said, when people latching on, it's okay to disconnect. Yes, God says love everybody, love them. But it's nothing wrong with disconnecting and say, hey, I love you, but we can't hang out. You know, I love you. With the season that I'm in right now, this just isn't going to work. It's nothing wrong with that. You got to make sure your circle is filled with people that support you, that push you, that believe in you, that also correct you.
You got to get around people that will hold you accountable. I think too many times we pick and choose who we want to hold accountable. Like, if I see you messing up, I'm like, oh, that's okay, but you better not do it. Like, no. Get some people that will tell you, look, you are wrong. You're wrong, and I'm going to hold you accountable for it. Like, don't get around people that just let you get away with any and everything, because that's only going to be detrimental to your growth. You're not going to go anywhere with people like that. So it's important. You got to get around people that sincerely love you, that support you, that will hold you accountable, that will uplift you. You don't want people when you're going through something, they're just like, oh, it's okay, let's talk about my problem. No, I need you to pray me through this, because you can't handle everything on your own.
Exactly. You were not meant to handle everything on your own. You gotta have those friends where, you know, sometimes you just need someone to touch and agree with you. I believe. I know it sounds old in church, you touch and agree, but sometimes you need somebody that you may be going through something and you're like, hey, girl, can you just pray with me? I mean, can you just please?
And not friends that be like, oh, what's going on? No. I don't need to tell you what's going on. I just need you to pray for me.
I so agree. It's so, having a good support system can really help you throughout life. It's so crucial. And you know, that's why I appreciate you us being able to do this. I think this is great, and it's just so important to have those people that you can lean on, and you can do things together where you can share advice, and you know, having that circle is important.
And we should not be against each other. We need to be as women, we already in competition all the time. We need to be coming together to do stuff like this because there are other people who might want to be a part of it.
I so agree. And, you know, as we wrap this up, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope we've said something that, you know, can have you thinking and help you make the decisions that you need in life. Please share this video, like this video, love it.
Let us know if you have questions even. We'll be more than happy to answer them.
Right, honestly, you know. And if you're interested in having us do something like this again, comment, let us know, message us, because we're all about helping other women get to where they need to go. It's not about us, it's not about anything else. It's about God and helping people get to where they need to go in life, because I've been in places where people didn't help me.
Well, that was Girl Talk 101 with MaHogany and myself. You can follow me add me on Facebook at Padishia Smith. My Instagram is Padishia Smith as well.
Okay, and same with me. My name is MaHogany Jackson on Facebook. If you follow me on Instagram, it's at MaHoganyJ_.
We hope that you guys like it. Comment, tell us what you think. If you have any suggestions or if you want to be a part of the next one.
We'd love to see your feedback. Thanks, guys. Special project.
Blooper.
Eyes haven't seen, and ears haven't heard the kind of blessings that's about to fall on me.